Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, Saudi Arabia is considered by our government to be one of our most important allies in the Middle East. And most of us Americans have little knowledge of this kingdom. We simply accept the fact that they're on our side. They are a country with a lot of oil, which means they have a lot of money, which means they have a lot of influence. They are also a theocracy, just like Iran, except that they are not ruled by imams, they are ruled by a king. Although the ulama, or religious council, has a large say in government affairs. They have no constitution, no guarantee of individual rights, and instead they are governed completely by Sharia law. So, like most Muslim countries, women are second-class citizens. They can't even drive there. They can't work outside the home. They can't leave the home unless there is a male with them. And there are religious police who go around with whips just beating people who, especially women, that are not adequately covered, or males if they're not comporting themselves in a proper Islamic way. Torture is routine in their prisons. As a matter of fact, they're one of the countries that we use in our extraordinary rendition program. We send people there that we want to be tortured. They are considered to be one of the most repressive regimes in the world. But we buy their oil, and they buy a lot of our military equipment, and we even have a military base there, so we consider them an ally. But they are also a primary exporter of terrorism. In fact, Saudi Arabia is a terrorism factory. They support the most vile and extreme form of Islam, a sect called Wahhabism. This is a sect that is so intolerant that they consider other Muslims, even other Sunni Muslims, they're a Sunni, primarily a Sunni nation, to be infidels. And, of course, very intolerant of other religions also. Matter of fact, Wahhabi doctrine states that Muslims should oppose infidels in every way and hate them for their religion. I guess right now the most prominent outgrowth of Wahhabi Islam is ISIS. The Saudi government has spent over the years hundreds of billions of dollars funding Wahhabi schools which don't teach anything except the Quran. They don't teach any useful skills or anything like that. So when you finish up in a Wahhabi school, you're not prepared to get a job. And they also support mosques, not only in Wahhabi mosques, not only in Saudi Arabia, but all over the world. And these mosques and schools are fertile ground for recruiters from various terrorist groups. And it's no coincidence that every single one of the 9/11 attackers were Saudis. And it's time for the U.S. to recognize that. Saudi is a ticking time bomb. Saudi Arabia is a ticking time bomb. We cannot allow our so-called ally to continue to play on both sides of the field. We should let them know that this cannot be allowed to continue. Maybe we should even consider regime change in that country. Saudi Arabia, they might buy our oil. I mean, we might buy their oil. And they might buy our planes. But they are not really our allies. And they are certainly not our friends. Thanks for listening.